So first of all, shout out Good Enough. I was having a convo with my brother, and I was talking about like the world's worst foods, and he was saying that the Brits is up there. I don't know what y'all got over the pond, but he says he showed me some egregious. He showed me some stuff. They call Chinese food a Chinese, and bro, it's just mush. I'm like, bro, what do y'all be eating over there? It's not real food. So it inspired me to like react to something like this. So shout out Good Enough. This is what's the video? The deadliest foods in the world. So let's see.
Let's start with the dangerous and slowly work our way towards the deadliest ones on the list. Number 5, Casu Marzu. Casu Marzu translates to rotten cheese in Sardinian and is known as the most dangerous cheese in the world. This is a cheese that is traditionally made using sheep's milk and is commonly produced.
Why is he drawing? Why he draw the sheeps like that? Chinese food is nasty. That's crazy. What? All right, in the comments right now, I mean in the chat right now, put what's the nastiest food y'all think?
Island of Sardinia, Italy. Even though it's illegal to sell, the high demand for this delicacy incentivizes local farmers to keep producing it, creating a massive black market that is estimated to bring in around 2.5 million pounds, or around $3 million annually.
For this nasty cheese? Who is buying? What? Who's buying that?
We got guns.
No,
We
thank you.
got drugs.
No.
Ranch kidneys.
Wow.
Oh, and we have cheese.
Yeah. I'll just go with the cheese.
Oh, okay.
The
I'm
reason
good.
this cheese is so dangerous is simply because
What
of the way
mafia
that it is
thon?
made, which first starts with the wheel of pecorino cheese. It is then introduced to cheese flies, where they will begin to lay their eggs inside it. And in a matter of hours to a few days, these eggs become larvae. And around the 40th day, the cheese is completely infested with flies.
Wait. They let the cheese get infested by fly? Where is he going with this? There's no way people are eating this.
And thousands of maggots. For the next 2 to 3 months, the maggots are left to gorge themselves with the cheese so they can, well, poop it back out. And that's the magical ingredient here, since the poop
He said $3 million they're making off of this cheese, and it's just fly poop on cheese. What are people eating? Where is this from? I have a guess, no racial, but I'll keep it to myself. I can make that in a dumpster. I'm saying, what? They just doing anything.
gives the cheese its sought after flavor and texture. And honestly, the texture does look amazing.
W Eats is crazy.
I'll give them that. But when it's time to consume the rotten cheese, expect to get around a dozen maggots with every single bite.
Oh my god. What is cheese?
Never removed. Scientists and health officials have warned that there's always a possibility that the larvae could survive a person's stomach acid and make their way into the intestines, a condition called pseudomyiasis, where the person's intestines become completely infested with maggots, surviving by consuming the person.
Bro, this cheese, it gotta taste good. There's just no way. Look at the risk. Your stomach could be infested with maggots. Who is dying behind this cheese, gang? Oh my gosh.
Instead, successfully pulling off the sneakiest Uno reverse card. Even though this condition is rare, I don't think I would be willing to risk it all for a taste of this deliciously textured cheese. Well, maybe just one bite.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, you got it, gang.
4. Larb. Larb is a type of salad that consists of greens, spices, sticky rice, and a choice of meat.
Bro, the name is whack. The name is trash. Larb? They didn't even put the time and effort into making the name. They just said, "Oh yeah, this shit look ass." Oh wait, hold on. It's originated in South Asia. What does it mean? Larb gotta mean something.
This dish originated in South Asia in Laos and is a very popular dish there, even becoming its national dish. At first glance, this would definitely be something I would consider
That looks
ordering on
cool.
vacation.
That looks
If
cool,
I ever
chat.
took any. Now here's the thing, even though this dish looks delicious, it can quickly become deadly, since this meal is oftentimes served with raw meat. There are many types of meat that can be used for this dish, but the most common ones include beef, chicken, duck, fish, and pork. And eating this meal uncooked drastically increases the odds of you contracting a dangerous and potentially fatal disease from
Uncooked?
trichinosis, fatal bacterias, rabies, Streptococcus suis, which is a deadly bacteria that is commonly found in pigs, and Southeast Asian liver fluke, a parasitical flatworm found in uncooked fish, which once consumed, the worm
Bro, what is food even about? And yeah, bro's drawing is crazy.
can live inside the human liver for many years, where you can rest easy knowing that you'll never truly be alone. There have been many cases throughout the years where this meal has directly led to human fatalities, like in 2019 in Thailand, where a total of 265 people contracted Streptococcus suis after consuming larb, and sadly, 23 of those people would end up losing.
Food is not this is not this serious. Larb? Y'all dying behind larb? Gang. When am I setting up Texas speech? I keep forgetting that. I will. Even the disease sounds mad. I'm saying, bro, what?
In their lives. Number 3, Sanakji. In Korea, Sanakji
Bro, what are these drawings? He's drawing the craziest stuff. I appreciate that, Fadeaway Dre.
could be enjoyed multiple different ways. But let's cover the least deadly one first and the most common. Sannakji is a raw dish consisting of the long arm octopus, which is killed just moments before it's to be served. Here, the octopus's body and legs are chopped into pieces and drizzled with sesame oil. And by the
Okay.
time this makes it onto your plate, the legs will still be moving. As you begin to eat, the octopus's suckers will begin to suction onto your tongue and throat, making it difficult to swallow.
Why no cooking at all? They just chop it up and then just put sesame oil on it and say, okay, here you go. Enjoy. Bon appetit. So people just like choke on the pause. They choke on the tentacles.
But I know that if I ever came face to face with this meal, I would have no choice but to totally crush it. Since I have talked way too much of a big game, watching people struggle as they eat disgusting foods on the challenge. No, I'm telling you, you just have to plug your nose and just power through it.
Sure, honey. Sure.
Oh my god, just chase it with the water.
Hmm.
What is this?
He's wasting so much time.
Yeah.
Challenging and poses a much greater risk of death. And honestly, it's more of a one-on-one fight rather than an actual meal. Here, the octopus reaches your plate fully intact and alive, where it is then tightly wrapped around a chopstick, dipped in sesame oil, and shoved into your mouth.
What is with them just dipping it in sesame oil and calling it a meal? Bro.
But who are they kidding? The sesame oil is not meant to enhance the meal. It is simply
So just to eat it alive is crazy. Do we eat anything alive, chat? What?
used to rig the fight in the cheating human's favor, as it will now serve as a lubricant. And as soon as the 1v
Okay. So they're using the sesame oil to lather that motherfucker in oil, so it could be a lubricant to slide down your throat better. Pause. All the way. Yeah. What are we doing here?
one starts, the octopus begins to attack, squirming to find its way out, frantically suctioning on to whatever it can get a hold of. But if
Who is eating this? Are people eating this consistently? I gotta know. So you have to fight your meal in your mouth.
you're the human, you must completely focus on your chewing. Soon, your hands begin to get sweaty, and within seconds, you begin to break out into a mental panic, questioning yourself, thinking that this might have been a mistake. With your heart beginning
He said you gotta earn that shit.
to race, you try and cover up your fear by chewing harder and faster. And you have now convinced yourself that it's now or never. It's time to attempt the swallow. But there's a problem. The octopus is still moving. The stares of every
And it got suction cups, bro. Like, it's just gonna just grab on to the sides of your inside of your neck. It's fighting for its life. Like, what? Bro, I'm not gonna hold you. This is insane.
everyone at the table are piercing, and you feel the ever-growing peer pressure accumulating. So you're forced to go for it, praying to whatever god is listening that the octopus doesn't latch itself onto your throat as you try and swallow it, as that would surely be a death sentence. You force the ball of squirming octopus down your throat, and for a second, your heart stops. But you manage to swallow it. With your heart still racing and a bead of sweat coming down the back of your neck, you look over at your buddy and say, it's not so bad. You got it. As you get up to go clean yourself up in the bathroom. There,
Yo, AK, would you eat this to meet LeBron James or another goal like yourself? Why was LeBron James your first pool? My favorite NBA player is Kevin Durant. But would I eat this to meet LeBron James? Yeah, I would. Who don't want to see the king? You know what I mean? Eat an octopus or two.
have been multiple deaths in the last few years directly linked to eating live octopus. Even though the danger is obvious, people still search out this delicacy, with some athletes even claiming that this meal increases a person's endurance.
Why did he draw him with that small vestigial arm? What is this? My strong hand. Bro, he's stupid.
Person's endurance, but others simply do it for the experience that they will get when they show off the post online. Fugu. This is one of the deadliest foods in the world, where a single mistake in the preparation could mean life or death. Fugu is a popular dish that originated in Japan in the early 20th century.
Fugu from Japan. You gotta say it in that accent too. No racial. I fuck with Japan. Anime and all that shit.
But as time has gone on, the dish's popularity has only grown, spreading to many countries like China and South Korea. This is a meal that consists of a poisonous pufferfish that has had
It's in the name, bro. It's a poisonous pufferfish. Like, bro, what?
poison carefully removed from it. Well, at least that's what should be done, but more on that later. In countries like Japan, a chef must go through long and rigorous training to learn how to properly remove the poison from the meat. The training takes up to 3 years to complete, followed by a string of exams which include a written test, fish identification test, a practical test,
Hey, yo.
and of course, successfully preparing the dish.
They go to school? They go to school just to make this food. Brother, we don't need to eat everything. Everything was not meant to be eaten, bro. Like, why are we cooking that? Why do we need this, gang? It can't be that good. There's no way. We just trying shit at this point. They just button mashing. They made a test for it, for you to... Would I try it? I try that shit. I try that shit. Y'all not trying that? One's in the chat if y'all would try this. One's in the chat if y'all would try this. Two's in the chat. No.
This test is so difficult that only 35% of all applicants end up passing it and acquiring the license. The reason the pufferfish is so dangerous is because it contains a poison called tetrodotoxin, which is one of the world's most deadliest poisons.
Tetrodotoxin?
A single pufferfish has enough poison to kill
30? Why are we eating it? 30? Bro, that's 2 NBA rosters.
30 adult humans. Now, here's the terrifying part. If someone happens to be so unlucky that they end up consuming even a small amount of the poison, they will be presented with a prayer and a splash of holy water.
No way, bro.
Since there is no known antidote,
There's not even an antidote for it. Why? Or no, I'm not gonna hold you. I don't understand how people are adrenaline junkies because this is just pure adrenaline. You just doing this shit for the love of the game. There's no payoff. This shit can't taste good. There's just no way. A pufferfish don't even look good. It don't look like it got any meat. It just fills itself up with air. You know what I mean? It just don't look good. So there's just no way it could be that good. And you just want to be known as the dude that just ate a pufferfish? What kind of guy are you? Disappointed guy. I'm disappointed in you. If you ate a pufferfish before. Your life is worth something, man.
the poison kicks in shortly after eating it, with your muscles becoming completely paralyzed, and eventually it could cause you to stop breathing. And this is probably when you will start to think to yourself, damn, I should have just gone with the chicken dumplings.
Facts.
The deadliest year ever recorded was in 1958, when 176 people lost their lives to this food alone. Today in Japan,
Bro,
the
they
autism
didn't
dying from
look-
fugu are very, very
176 people died. Who was the 175th? Who was the 176th? You seen all those deaths and you just said, but not me though. And picked up that fork and knife. But not me though. I got an iron stomach. All those other goons, they out of there, chat. Not me though. That's not my body. What is wrong with people?
slim, as long as you order from a licensed restaurant, since most deaths in recent history have come from people who attempted to prepare the dish at home, but sometimes pure evil and selfishness.
So people didn't get the license, the fugu license to do it. They just said, I caught a pufferfish. Let me just do this shit at home. I know my way around a knife. I know my way around the kitchen. And you got folded. Oh, bro, natural selection. It's unbeatable.
Increased the death rate even higher. Like in 2004, when fish vendors in Thailand tricked people for 3 years by dyeing the pufferfish meat red and telling buyers that the meat they were selling was salmon, leading to 115 people.
No way, bro. Hold on. What?
Fish vendors in Thailand tricked people for 3 years by dyeing the pufferfish meat red and telling buyers that the meat they were selling was salmon, leading.
Sick. Bro, no way. You gotta watch what you eat, bro. That's crazy. That's wild, bro. Bro hit him with the switcheroo. Oldest trick in the book. Dyed it? He probably don't even care that he did that too. Isn't that crazy? Wait, is pufferfish cheap? Or he just like caught that motherfucker and said, shit, I couldn't catch any salmon. Let me just cut this and just
to 115 people needing to be hospitalized, and 15 of them sadly losing their lives. Number 1, wild and exotic wet markets. Now, of course, this had to be number 1.
No way. I already know where this is going, guys.
Since a single meal from one of these wet markets carries the greatest risk to human health.
I thought it was going to like Zeus and him. That's what I thought it was going. I thought it was going to dogs and cats and shit. But yeah, the bats, of course. But like, we know.
This is one of the rare instances where a single meal consumed by an individual doesn't just affect the person eating it. It could potentially affect every person on the planet. Now, I know what you're thinking.
Like, bro, what makes people see a bat and think, bro, I just wanna eat that. I just wanna eat that. It looks like kind of like a rat, fucking weird, like sometimes dog-headed thing, and it flies. It's so weird. Just be hanging around in caves and stuff. It got like these weird little web things. I just want to eat that. Put that on a bun. Put some ketchup on it. Saute that little shit and just eat it. Why?
What could possibly be so delicious that it's worth putting the entire world's population in jeopardy? Brownie. Answers brownies. But as far as wet markets go, yeah, I don't think snakes, turtles, dogs, cats, bats, my nephew, porcupines, or raccoons would be a justifiable answer. And it seems like every few years, without fail, the world gets a massive scare when a deadly disease breaks out. And of course, they always seem to be traced back to one of these wet markets. Remember the SARS outbreak of 2002? Me neither. But it's widely believed by epidemiologists and public health officials that this outbreak originated from a wet market in the Guangdong province of China. What about the Ebola outbreak of 2014? Remember how terrified everyone was to even let out a cough? As you would forever be known as the person with Ebola.
Man.
The origins of the 2014 Ebola outbreak was traced to a small child whose family regularly hunted and consumed the bats. Sure, this wasn't a wet market, but it easily could have been. And last but not least, as we all know, the recent pandemic we just had is widely believed to have originated in China from a bat in the Wuhan wet market. These are just a few of the diseases that have caused a massive scare in recent times. But here are some other diseases that are known to be present in these wild and exotic wet markets.
Bro, look at how much disease is. They just be doing whatever, bro. They just don't even care at this point.
The reason these wet markets
Jesus,
pose
take the
such
wheel.
a hazard to humans is largely on the fact that almost all the meat will be cross-contaminated by the time it's sold. Since being sanitary is not really of the utmost importance, this, included with the close proximity of wild animals, makes it easy for diseases from animals to infect humans. And the hot and humid conditions in a lot of these markets make it a perfect place for the growth of bacteria.
Why are we not shutting down these markets, bro? Well, it's crazy. Well, it's crazy. Chill. Okay, would you eat a bat to save your fans? Next question. Would you eat any of the food for 10K? I'm stuck between the maggot cheese and maybe the octopus. The first one, the first version, the chopped up one with the sesame oil. Gotta lube that thing up. Pause. Double pause.
And spread of disease, or possibly something even worse.
Well, that was the video, man. That was pretty educational, man. That was yeah. People just eat weird shit and they don't care. Why? We would never know. What are your thoughts on the Seahawks making it into the Super Bowl against the who you, bro? Did you just spell rooting like that? ROUTINGS?
What?
Blame it on autocorrect, please. Not too much on me. All right. I'm just saying, man. You might have to pick up a book, man.